guys, good morning. It is a bright sunny day here in northern Nevada. I'm going to give you a little tour of my front yard garden and the projects I'm working on today for that. I am in an endless struggle with the deer. We live in an area that has several herds that just roam and browse and chew on everything. And I've tried all the repellents. I've tried like these little like electrical things that they're supposed to lick and like shock them. I've tried all kinds of things, and honestly, the only thing that works is fence. And we have kind of a temporary solution in this front area that really isn't working for us anymore. It's kind of wasteful with the deer netting. We end up tearing it down and replacing it almost every year. And it's time to upgrade. It's time for something new. So the inspiration for this is actually a couple of boxes I built last summer. There's one right there next to the spigot, and there's another one kind of on the far side of the house. Those I built kind of on a whim because the deer were just ravaging my roses, and it works. It was just a three-sided box that I put deer netting on the front side on. The reason I did three sides is because I want to be able to pull it out, work on the roses, and put it back really easily, and it totally works for that. And so I'm doing kind of the same thing. I'm going to build 6-foot panels, 8 of them for this area, and I'm just going to attach them all with brackets so that they can easily come down. In the wintertime, we like to shovel snow, and the snow we end up piling pretty much right here, so we want to be able to take that fence down. What we've got going on right now is just these garden stakes, and I don't know if you can see that, but there is, actually this is bird netting, but we use it for the deer. And it worked when we first did it. It's been up for 2 years now, but this bush has outgrown it. You can see that it's like pushing the netting right here, and when it is windy, you see how that pulls, it rips out all the leaves. I actually ran out of deer netting this year when I was putting this up. And this was covered all the way to like right there on the bush. So I just kind of draped it, and there was a post. I don't know if you can see that right there. So what had ended up happening is a deer kind of snuck in through that little hole, this itty bitty hole, munched on my hyacinth, and then freaked out, I guess, and ripped out the netting and broke that garden stake. So the remnants are rolled up right there. Also, I'm going to be replacing this little section of fence. This is a peony. The deer love to eat the peony, even though they're not supposed to. And same kind of thing happens with this. So it's time to upgrade. What we are going to replace it with is these boxes. So these are little cages that I built 2 years ago now for my rose bushes. There's another one on that side. And all it is a 3-sided crate. I did 3 sides because I like to pull it out to be able to work on my roses easily and then be able to replace it without too much fuss. And this has worked really, really well, surprisingly, for just a quick solution. And like I said, it's just a 3-sided crate, and then I put that deer bird netting just around the outside. It is time to redo the paint on these though. I originally just did like a outdoor poly, and it's flaking, and it's time to get a new fresh coat to make it last a little bit longer. And I'm gonna paint these black, and I'm gonna paint the new things that I'm building today black as well. And the reason being is because I love the way those black hinges look on that shed. So I'm hoping it gives the same kind of effect with the black and the white and the gray. So hang out with me today. We've got a lot of work to get done. Oh, I didn't go over the panels. So for that front area, I'm gonna go in here where it's a little shady. for that front area, we still want to be able to take down the fence in this winter time because we like to shovel the snow into that area, like I said. So I'm going to build 6-foot panels. I think I'm going to do 8 of them. And I'm just going to attach them with brackets. And I am going to do like a little swivel gate so I can get into there, weed, plant, do whatever I need to do easily without having to like jump over the fence or take down the whole entire panel. And I'm just going to follow the same basic thing. It's just going to be a frame, and I think I'm going to do a cross brace because 6 feet's quite a bit of length, and I'm just using like 1x2 boards, so they're not going to be really big, and it's not very strong. In addition, so these guys, you can see I just screwed in the corners. I'm actually going to be using my pocket hole jig now because I have it and might as well use it. So hang out with me today. I'll see you in just a few minutes. The projects, I'm done with building it. I didn't get around to painting it, but this is how she turned out. I like it so much better than just the netting on its own. I am gonna have to dig a little channel into the gravel there because it is not level and that kind of drives me crazy. But the build is complete, so that makes me happy. And I was able to paint those other cages black, and I love them. Look how much prettier those are. So I am gonna paint this guy black, but that's a project for another day because it is like 7 o'clock on Sunday and I have to get ready for work. But I did want to just kind of show you what I did. So I've got 6 panels. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Most of them have just corner joints. So if you see right there, got one there and one down there. These 2 panels in the middle are joined by those brackets. They're just a straight bar. And same thing with these 2, except this one is special because it has a gate. I don't know if you can really see that. I'm running out of room here. So we've got that panel and then that panel, but this one is a gate, so undo the latch here. And you have access to get in and weed. It's not perfect. I've got like a little garden stake here kind of to help support it. It could use like a T-post or something, but I'm out of time for today. So, able to come in, do your weeding, come back out, and shut the gate. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with how this turned out. I don't know what I would change at this point. I just threw it together, but I think maybe instead of just doing the one diagonal, do an X, but I'm out of lumber. I made it do with what I had. Now this is all crooked. It's not square, oops. It's not square, it's not perfect, but I think it'll keep the deer out and it looks kind of nice actually for a cheap project. I'm not sure exactly how much I spent on lumber. I'll sit down and get an estimate, but these are just 1x2 4-ring strips. I think they're like $1 a piece, maybe $1 to $2 a piece. And I think I used like 25 or something, so not bad for a budget project. And then the netting was, and hardware and stuff, which was negligible. I made a few mistakes. I wasn't thinking about the design when I was building these. So you can see my pocket holes there because I thought this was gonna be the back, but it's the front. And then I realized I made a mistake on the very last one, but it's okay. Good morning, YouTube. So I finally finished painting the deer fence in the front yard yesterday. It's been about 3 weeks since I built it. We've just had some other projects going on. We built a fence. We're starting an irrigation system. We had some really awful weather, so all of those things combined, I finally finished it, and here it is. Isn't it so pretty? I love how the black looks. I can't even. And the places where I messed up and put the pothole hole screws in the front, I patched and painted, and you can't even tell that they're there. So super happy with the way it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.